What's up, incredible, loved, and valued people? My name is Emma May, and I love you so deeply. God loves you so deeply. Welcome to the Compelled Podcast. I want to share some verses over you guys today that have been anthems in my soul for years now. Psalm 143, verses 8 through 10. Let this morning bring me word of your unfailing love. In this moment, whether you're listening in the morning or in the evening or in the noontime, let this moment, God, bring us word of your unfailing love, for we put our trust in you. Show us the way that we should go, for to you we entrust our life. Rescue us from our enemies, God, for we hide ourselves in you. Teach us to do your will, for you are our God, and may your good spirit lead us on level ground. It is so powerful to pray the word. Guys, I'm so glad that you're here. We are coming to a time of the year where people are graduating, people are moving on to a new season. And so if you are graduating high school, if you are graduating college, or if you are just navigating a new season, moving into the summer, I want this to be an encouragement to you as you are stepping into a change, as you are stepping into a new day-to-day rhythm. I have 3 things that I want to share with you that have been such encouragements to me in my seasons of change, and also have just been things I've learned, things that God has so tenderly taught me and led me through as I have walked into new routines, new rhythms, new day-to-days. So I'm really excited to share these with you. The first encouragement that I want to share with you as you are stepping into a new season, stepping into change, is to follow the Lord's lead, yield to his spirit, even whenever it means that you have to let go of what you thought would be. Even whenever it's not the timeline that you thought it would be. I've been meditating on this just from the passage in Numbers 9, verses 15 through 13. Because in Numbers 9, it's whenever the Israelites are in the wilderness. And so in this particular place, there would be this large cloud, and it would hover over the tabernacle. And whenever it hovered over the tabernacle, that would mean that the Israelites would stay encamped. They would be in that place because that was where the Lord was. That was where the Lord had them. But the moment that the cloud would lift up from the tabernacle, that was when the Israelites knew, okay, the Lord is leading us to move somewhere. That means that we've got to pack up camp and follow him. And sometimes they would be encamped in a place for days, months, and sometimes it would just be overnight. And so they would just be in a place where they had to be ready of wherever the Lord leads, wherever he stops, that's where I'm going to go. And in verse 23, I love this. This at the Lord's command, they encamped, and at the Lord's command, they set out. And so that's where this first encouragement comes that I'm wanting to share with you today is yield to the Spirit. As the Lord is leading you, you may have plans laid out in XYZ. You may have them highlighted and ready to go. And the Lord may say, hey, I actually have something far better for you, that I want to guide you along the right path for the honor of my name. And it's going to be beautiful and it's going to be fruitful because it's going to be in me, but it's not how you planned. And so come with me. And I just want to encourage us to be willing to pack up camp and go with the Lord because he is our great reward, because in his presence is the fullness of joy, because in him we have life to the full. In him we have a life better than what we could have ever planned on our own. And if you're stepping into this season of change and you actually don't know what's next, you actually don't have your plans totally mapped out and highlighted and in your calendar, and the Lord says, hey, this is where we're going, I encourage you to yield to his spirit. It's something that you will never regret doing. May we be like the Israelites in that way, that at the Lord's command we encamp, and at the Lord's command we set out, going where he leads, staying where he stays, because we trust him. The second encouragement that I want to give to you as you are stepping into change, as you are stepping into a new day-to-day rhythm, is that I want to encourage you. This may sound funny, but I want to encourage you that it is okay to plan. And I say that because I say this from experience, but I think sometimes it can be scary to plan. It can be scary to dream or set out goals, because what if they're the wrong ones? What if that's actually not what we're supposed to be doing? What if that's actually not where we're supposed to go? And I know for me, like, I've sometimes been afraid of, like, God, I'm afraid to make plans. I'm afraid to have dreams, because what if that's actually not what you want? As though, like, God is not this kind father who so graciously guides us and establishes our steps, and as though he's not bigger than me, that his plan can't be thwarted. And so I just want to encourage you that it is amazing to plan. God gave us the ability. He wired us to be able to strategize and to plan and to dream and to set goals. And that's an incredible thing. And as you seek the Lord, as you commit your plans to the Lord, as you go to him in prayer, and there is safety in godly counsel, there is safety in many advisors, as you have people who love God in your life, who are praying with you, who are sharing godly counsel with you, trust that the Lord is faithful to guide you along the right path. And if he needs to pivot you, he'll pivot you, because he's a gracious, good guide, a good shepherd. And as I just think on this encouraging, honestly, like, fun breath of fresh air, I want to share this verse with you. Proverbs 16:3, commit to the Lord whatever you do, and he will establish your steps. He will establish your plans. And so, friend, don't be afraid to plan. Don't be afraid to strategize. Don't be afraid to dream. But as you dream and plan and strategize, commit to the Lord. As you dream and strategize and plan, submit to him. Acknowledge him in all of your ways. And going back to the first point, and yield to his spirit. If he pivots your plans, or if he approves of the plans, go with him, knowing that he's got you and he's faithful and he's good. And as you abide in him, you bear so much fruit. And the third encouragement that I want to give you, as you are leaving something super familiar, something that you've gotten comfortable with, something that you have gotten adjusted and settled in, and you're stepping into something that you don't know, something that is going to take time to get readjusted with. I just want to encourage you and empathize with you that community is hard. I know I left college and I left the best friends ever. They were just beautiful people in my life, gifts from God in my life. And we still, even though we live all over the country now, we still are in group chats and have FaceTime dates and see each other when we can. And it's such a blessing. But whenever you leave something so sweet like a strong, godly community, and you step into a new town, a new community, a new job, a new day-to-day, and you're back at square one, it can be really hard. And so I just want to validate you that feeling can be intimidating, and you're not alone in that. But I want to encourage you. I want to encourage you to get out of your comfort zone to love people well. I want to encourage you to not just sit and wait for people to come to you, but initiate and be the friend that you would love to have. Get out of your comfort zone and go be that friend. I remember when I was in 8th grade, actually, it was the summer right before 8th grade, and I had just moved to a new state because it was the summer. I hadn't gotten in school yet, and I went to this big youth event, and I just decided I'm going to go find somebody and sit with them and hopefully make a new friend. And I had this big blue bow in my hair, a t-shirt, shorts, and I walked down this aisle, and probably 1,000 students in this space. And I turned down in this one little aisle, and there was a free seat. And so I looked to the girl who was sitting there, and I was like, "Hey, can I sit with you?" And she's like, "Absolutely." And she ended up being like one of the bridesmaids in my wedding. And we are still friends to this day. And I just wonder, though, there was such a boldness and an excitement to meet someone. There was such a boldness and a lack of fear of what people think. And I think that as we grow up, that kind of dwindles a little bit. I think it's easy for us to lose our boldness because it's easy for comparison to set in. It's easy for us to start getting jealous. It's easy for us to get insecure and overthink what people are thinking. And it's easy for us to be afraid of being misunderstood, or honestly, like it's easy to just get complacent and we don't desire to get out of our comfort zone to go and meet people. And so I just want to encourage us to go back to that childlike posture again, as though we've got big blue bows in our hair and we're willing to get out of our comfort zone and just go meet somebody. And a great way, actually an essential way to do that, is to get plugged into your local church. Get plugged in, serve, get plugged into a community group, and get to know people who love God and do life with them. And I think something too that's really, really sweet and honestly freeing is not expecting the first person you meet to be your best friend, but step into relationships just desiring to be the hands and feet of Jesus in those relationships, desiring to consider the needs of others above your own, desiring to be a good, faithful friend compelled by the love of Christ, and trusting that the Lord is faithful to provide people in your life that you need. And also, this is just a side note, but I know that too, as you are navigating the newness of community, there can be some really real spaces of loneliness. And I want to shed some light on those spaces, because though they can be hard, those spaces of loneliness can be such precious spaces where you discover an incredibly deeper friendship with the Lord. And I'm just so thankful for that. There have been times where I have felt so lonely, and I have discovered an even richer depth of how near God is. And that is true for you too, friend. But in all of this, in yielding to the Spirit, in taking your plans to the Lord, knowing that it is beautiful to plan, in being intentional in community and loving people well and initiating, as there may be uncertainties and unknowns and lots of change, you can be certain and confident that your purpose in this new season doesn't change, and that your purpose is to go and live compelled.